Buenas noches. Off we go again. Is it flat or is it round using logic and common sense? Not just yet. 2 reasons. Update on my water issue. To cut a very long story short, an email from the real estate. At the end of the email, we're sorry that you feel like this, Paul. If you don't like the current arrangements for the next lease, could we suggest that maybe you find alternative accommodation? So 2 choices. Sign the lease, accepting water, a leak, or leave. So I've forged out a third option. I'm going to stand my ground because it's ethically wrong. Been to the council, explain what happened, the water, the leak, the trail, the 30th of March. This was when I had the original email saying, Paul, could you do a water check, please? The landlord has received a message from the council or somewhere, excess water usage for this year. There could be a leak. So I go, yeah, okay, it's all there. The trail of emails, which is lucky. Bang, leak, boom. And then we've gone back and forth, all the way to today, where apparently the landlord is sticking with, no, he needs to sign a lease saying that he's liable for the water. I can't. This thing is bigger than me. In which dimension would anybody accept that? I thought I had a better relationship with the real estate. 2 moves, cleaned the last 2 places myself, always had all of my money back, the deposit, the bond, right? Never had any issues, never dramas, nothing. Always good with my rent. A few days late here and there because my money comes from the UK, it happens. I thought I was a pretty good tenant and they can just do this? I can't. Like, this could be my son in 20 years and he knows what's happening. He's like, can they do that? I'm like, of course not. Is this the lesson that I'm going to teach my son? That stuff like this can just happen and that you have to roll over? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I don't think anybody else would think it's logical. I know the council didn't. So I'm waiting for a response and I'm going to take the emails that I've printed out, show the trail of what happened, find logic in there. There is logic, but landlord logic, not tenant logic. There's a difference. And there is fair, integrity. This is about ethics. It's horrible when you get caught up in it. It's not really. These are the lessons. These are where the fights are at. 8 years I've been with them. Had a good relationship, I thought. What happened? Something isn't adding up. Something is not adding up. If they wanted me out, they wouldn't have sent me the lease. And they didn't even tell me. That's another thing. After all the leak stuff, they sent me the lease. You would have thought somebody would have said, listen, by the way, they look a bit closer than you usually do at the lease. They're the water clause, just to let you know. If I'd be one of these people that just signs and think, oh good, I've got the lease, boom, 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 there you go. Same as every year, I have already signed for that water. And who knows what's going to happen over the next year. Comes at the end, bang, here's a bill. What? Where's this from? Oh, it was in the lease. What? What, you didn't read it? You should have read it. You shouldn't have signed it, really. This is how it works. And now, what, am I going to be difficult? Oh, that tenant, he's difficult. It's difficult. It's unbelievable, right? We're sorry that you feel like this. That I feel how? That I don't want to pay for the water when I know there's a leak under the house. Anyway, over to this stuff. Globers. This is for the Globers. Stand to attention. Listen up, folks. It has come to my attention that the Globers have a listening problem. some of my posts, when I do things, sometimes there's a group of you. YouTube has gotten pretty feisty, but bang, bang, bang. Gravity, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. It's round. How would this work? Folks, listen. Listen. There is one fact about the flat earth and the globe theory. Everybody who has switched from one to another, it has been one-way traffic. Globers to the flat, like a non-return valve. They're flat, they ain't going back. I have yet to hear anybody who thought it was flat for a time and then thought, nah, I like the globe thing better. I like the gravity and the moon, the splish, splosh, splash of the water and the tides, you know, the gravity thing. I like that. I don't think I want to be a flat earther anymore. That does not happen. Globers, don't trash stuff before you listen to what is being said. I guarantee you, more Globers, ex-Globers should make themselves known. The people who have switched from globe to flat, I guarantee you, this is what happened. They actually stopped to think about it. They didn't see stuff, posts like mine, and just start, bang, bang, you wanker, it's round, innit? They did not do that. They stopped like intelligent people and they said, right, let me have a look at a few of the things that they're saying. And they had a look and they've gone, dang, right, I'm going to go flat. This is what happened with the majority of those people. They didn't bump their head and wake up in the morning and think it's flat. It has been because of thinking, stopping, not going full on with cognitive dissonance and Dunning-Kruger. No. They have stopped and thought about this. Not one that I know of has gone back the other way. These are the facts. Now, don't you think that that is something worth thinking about? You cannot see stuff like my heading sometimes like, is it flat, is it round, whatever, and gravity and water and light, all the good stuff. And just come in, not listen to what is being said, and just, I can tell. You can tell the people who come in just to freaking drop comments. How do you not understand that information has to be listened to? Anybody who stopped, any roundie who stopped and thought about what was being said in favour of the flat earth, if you really thought about this for just 5 freaking minutes, 10 minutes before you start trashing stuff, you'll find it will be compelling. And you will want to dig deeper into it. That is intelligence. That is learning. By doing what you're doing, just trashing it because some astrophysicists that you know and other scientists have said to you, they're conspiracy theorists, Dunning-Kruger, just trash it. Just tell them it's a freaking globe and that's it. No, don't do that. You need to pay attention to what is being said, right? That's the only way. It's growth. It is growing up. It is understanding that you may have been lied to, and the information is not easy, is not difficult to understand. It's not. Those of you who have this habit of saying, well, how would this work then if it's flat? How would that work then if it's flat? These things are so illogical, these things to say that. The reason being is, if it is flat, right? If it is, to think that everything would work exactly the same it does on a round, just switched over, that is illogical. What we're going through here is difficult times. This is a learning curve for everybody. You cannot compare. Well, how would a solar eclipse work then? If the sun is local, how would this happen? We don't know. If everybody stopped bickering amongst each other and understood that there is a valid argument for a flat earth, which is why so many of us have switched after listening to the information. Screw what you've been taught and listen to new information. Those people who switched thought to themselves, this information contradicts something that I have previously believed, something that I was previously taught. But on seeing the new evidence, I've decided to change my stance on this. That right there is growth. Not even listening to what is being said in an argument in favour of the flat earth, that is just ignorance, cognitive dissonance. It's what the system has taught people to do, and it's obviously working. And there is no chance of any growth there, because you'll be stuck with your beliefs, even though they're illogical and they do contradict other stuff that's coming towards you all the time. But you decide to, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going down with this shit. You're going down with the round lot. Folks, listen to what is being said. I've been a Glober all of my life, okay? And it's been a long one. I had no reason to believe. 2 years ago, something I heard, I didn't chuckle out loud, but I thought, that's crazy. How can it be flat? Once you start to look into the facts, it's a different story. Be lied to about everything. Why do you think that they wouldn't have told a little Porky Pie about that? There are still things that seem incomprehensible, the lies. But this is where we're at. It is the intelligent people, those who can stop and think and understand and accept that they have been lied to, who are going to move forward in an orderly fashion. Everybody else is going to be kicking and screaming. What do you mean it's flat? No! You need to listen to what is being said. Grow up. Don't be argumentative. Don't be, I don't know, stupid. Listen to the info. There is a reason that so many have shifted from round to flat. It's about thinking for yourself. I know. And logic and common sense. It's all there. It's all there. It's the whole package. And then it makes sense to use common sense and logic to work it out. Because it is about, you see all of these zoom-ins with cameras and you think somebody's doing that and they tell you that somebody else has done that. Unless we've done it ourselves, we cannot really comment either way. It's no good presuming just because everybody thinks something. That's rubbish. We have to understand that there is something not adding up. And the way to find it is about thinking about it logically, which is what I want to do. 1421. It's not about using anything that we don't know as a fact. And I know I can do that because of what we know as a fact. It doesn't matter what anybody else is saying about anything. There is a system with logic and common sense, can work it down to very close to coming to a decision either way. Right, look, 10 seconds left, so I can keep it at 15. I might be back tonight. I'm a bit pumped, but we'll see how we go. Rounders, think about it.